host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day.
Oh,
good morning, Frederick.
Good morning, Frederick. What a gorgeous day outside. Looking at Market Street Extended, actually looking at the Washington Gas building right across us on Market Street. Welcome to Good Morning, Frederick. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Dani Gurrie. I'm your host. Good Morning Frederick is all about you, Frederick. The people, the places, the events, all of it. And we are 8 shows away from 500. So thank you so much for all the support over the last almost 2 years. It's been an incredible ride so far. And we got a great show for you today. In fact, it is packed. Packed Ed. Let me just tell you, we got our morning roundup with Bob and AJ. We got my good friend Jaime McKay coming in from Transit Services of Frederick County to talk all about transit appreciation, I think, is going on right now. Jason Swann's going to join us to talk about Fredco football camp. If you've got kids who want to play football, this might be perfect for you, looking for that. And we're going to get all the information. And then Jenn Alcorn is going to join us. She's a candidate for County Council District 1. And we're going to talk with her about running for office. And of course, we'll ask her what her platform is and all that good stuff. Want to shout out people watching today. Of course, Mama Cone is watching. Put her up on the screen. Want to make somebody smile today for sure. And then Regina, good morning to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Good Morning Frederick. And good friend Dorothy Engelberger, appreciate you every morning. Appreciate that. All right, when you buy the Good Morning Frederick merch, Frederick Rescue Mission gets the proceeds. Go to promocircus.com/shop. And coming in April, we're going to have a great new way for you to support these nonprofits, and it will be free. It will be free, of course. All right, we are going to go ahead and get rolling with the show because, like I said, it is packed, and I'm so excited to introduce you guys to everybody, or maybe make you become more familiar.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership. And you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.
Well, we love to keep you up to date with everything going on in and around Frederick. And if you subscribe to YouTube, which you should by now, go to our Everything Frederick Live YouTube channel, subscribe right this minute, and share it on your timeline. We post the news bits separately every morning. So if you just want to come back and watch what's been going on the last 24 to 48 hours, you can do so right on our Everything Frederick Live YouTube channel. But here it comes. We call this the Morning Roundup.
It's time for the Morning Roundup with Dani, Bob, and AJ Randall. Here to get you caught up with everything you missed overnight on Good Morning Frederick. Sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors. Serving the area for more than 34 years. Wood floors, luxury vinyl plank. Anything that you put on your floor, they can handle it. Check out their Google reviews and give them a call today. 301-948-9663. That's 301-948. Wood. Be sure to ask for Jeff Koger or go to atlaswoodfloors.net.
All right. We got AJ Randall coming to you live from Studio 401 on Market Street. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Dani.
Well, we have got some really cool stuff coming. I got to get myself all coordinated here. You made some really cool stuff for us, and I'm excited to update the look. I know Mama Cone will say how much you've brought to this show, and I totally agree. So let's get started.
All right. Well, Frederick, while you were sleeping, Frederick City Council member Katie Nash filed a complaint alleging Mayor Michael O'Connor used the Ethics Commission process to her political detriment while she faces an ethics hearing on March 24th tied to that data center-related conflict of interest claims. Nash points to the city retaining an outside attorney, Leslie Powell, for the investigation. The handling of past complaints involving O'Connor and the broader political context after city council president fight. The mayor said that he wasn't aware of Nash's complaint and wants the commission to operate independently. Records Nash obtained show the city has paid $8,390 to Powell's firm as of early March.
Wow. Yeah. Look, I mean, I think that, there we go. We're going to move back here. It's really interesting because they're from the same political party. So you wouldn't think that there would be an issue here with her, but it's interesting that she's kind of getting mad at Michael O'Connor for that.
Yeah, and if she's right, what stops future mayors or councils from doing this to other opponents? Obviously, it seems like it's some infighting going on there for sure.
Yeah, and look, I mean, I don't think he's wrong for putting forward an ethic. I mean, if she did nothing wrong, then there's nothing to come of it, right? I mean, that's what I've always believed, but I mean, I could be wrong, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's really interesting that this has come about this way. But I don't know. We'll see what happens there with her. All right, let's check out this one here.
Frederick County Data Center Referendum Committee delivered 22,169 petition signatures to the Frederick County Board of Elections, about 23% above its 18,000 goal 1 day before the March 20 deadline. Election Director Barbara Wagner said said the actual threshold is 15,611 valid signatures, 7% of registered voters, and the board has 20 calendar days to verify them using a 10 to 12 staff members. After verification, the board must also decide the petition's legal sufficiency, with the county attorney arguing that the data center overlay may not be referendable anyway. Organizers say that they're preparing legally and note an ongoing public interest right up to the filing day.
Yeah, look, this one's interesting because, I know they're saying that it might not do any good, but when you have literally more people than vote in off-year elections, kind of, and I think it is nonpartisan. Like it is not down party lines at all. Yeah. I think the county has a duty to look at things. Now, they're saying what may happen is we will have to change the charter, the language in the charter. They're actually arguing that the word law is not defined clearly in the charter. So it's leaving people to be able to interpret that word any way they like. That, I think, is what the county attorney is arguing, if I read kind of the summaries correct, which is kind of laughable, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. They really did work hard to get that going. And, look, they really came together. And that's what we want.
Yeah, if 22,000 people signed it, what does it say about how the county handled the zoning in the first place? So
right. Good point. Very good point. All right. We got this one here.
A judge mostly denied Frederick Health's motion to dismiss a class action lawsuit tied to the January 2025 ransomware attack, allowing major claims to continue. The court dismissed invasion of privacy and unjust enrichment claims with prejudice, but kept claims like negligence, breach of implied contract, breach of fiduciary duty, and alleged Maryland Consumer Protection Act violations. The breach involved personal data that may have included names, social security numbers, birth dates, insurance info, and driver's license numbers of Fredericktonians. The court also scheduled aiming the case to be trial ready by December of 2027.
Yeah, this is very interesting because I was actually in the hospital when all of this went down. Actually, I think I was released the day before the ransomware attack. Look, anytime this stuff happens, it is, it's scary for consumers to know all their details are out there. But the flip side of it to me is our stuff is out there anyway. So I'm not really sure what suing will do, though I will say Frederick Health did not notify patients in a very timely manner. I believe it was almost 4 months from the attack before the first letter came out, letting people know that this had happened. So I don't think it was timely on their part. So,
if they're collecting this information, they need to be held responsible for holding it and making sure that people don't get it. I mean, that is just common knowledge.
Yep.
I mean, you're right. It is out there, but that doesn't give them an excuse just to be willy-nilly and putting on a Microsoft disk somewhere and letting somebody get in and take all your stuff.
Totally agree. They do need to be held accountable. And, I'll tell you, these large companies and even small companies need to make sure their security is up to date. If you hold any client data, customer data, records, especially healthcare, you got to protect it. And otherwise, you're going to be held liable. And look, it'll be interesting to see what they decide on that one for sure. All right, let's see what we got here. We got
federal judge extended a block on the Trump administration's construction retrofit work for a Washington County warehouse planned as an ICE detention facility, keeping work stopped until at least mid-April. The site was bought for about $102 million, and the federal government approved roughly $113 million contract to convert it, with plans that could house up to 1,500 detainees. Maryland's attorney general sued, alleging federal agencies bypass required environments review steps, while DHS says the lawsuit is political and the facility will meet detention standards and create jobs. A hearing is expected in April, with the judge indicating a ruling deadline around April 16th.
I mean, this is pretty incredible because, it's been purchased. It's happened. And I think that this is totally a political thing. It has
100%.
nothing to do with anything else. And I think that, again, I've said this, it's only going to cost the taxpayers money. That is the only people who will suffer in this are the taxpayers, because ICE is a federal body, a law enforcement body. It is still going to move forward with the plan currently with this administration specifically. And but it's nuts. It's nuts. And then who's going to pay? They bought the site. So who is going to pay if they have to move, or are they going to refund their money, or what happens there? I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, the site was already built when there was no environmental problems with that.
Right.
All of a sudden, ICE comes in. Now they're looking into that. It's totally a political move, but we'll see if it pans out for the people that want that.
Of course. It's kind of like in California, where they're trying to put drainage things in or whatever, and you have a smelt that no one's thought about for 100 years that they, try to make life miserable for people trying to develop land or do stuff. So, really, really interesting on that one. Well, thank you for that. And I don't know where Bob Miller was this morning, but hopefully
I've chastised him on my phone. We've scheduled a meeting. Apparently, he loves to go to meetings, so we'll have a meeting about missing the morning roundup. So
yes, we will. Yes, we will. All right. Well, we do have a big show today to get to. Is our first guest in studio?
Actually, all of our guests are in studio. So
holy cow, they're all early.
They're all early.
I love it. All right, so we're going to quickly take a break. We're going to get to our first guest, Jaime McKay from Transit Services of Frederick County. And then we've got Jason Swann talking football summer camps, as a matter of fact, and Jenn Alcorn, who's running for County Council District 1, all coming right after this. Thank you, AJ.
All right, thank you.
What makes for a perfect custom engagement ring? Truly understanding the elements that make a ring that's perfect for you. Custom by Colonial. The Colonial Jewelers box. There's just more in it.
Sponsored by A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding, windows and gutters, and they can even build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. You can get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra that Dani sent you.
All right, our guest is getting comfortable in the Studio 401. Good morning, Jaime. How are you?
Good morning, Dani. I am doing excellent. And how are you doing?
I'm excellent. Thank you. Jaime McKay, the Deputy Director of Frederick Transit Services of Frederick County. I think I got that right.
And Chief Morale Officer.
A Chief Morale Officer. Well, you are the best morale officer there is for sure.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about, and I apologize because originally when you emailed me, I missed it, but there is an appreciation for Transit Workers Week, which is kind of wrapping up right now.
It sure is.
But for a lot of people that may not know, transit has kind of taken a shift from 2020 to where we are today. So let's talk all transit, and then we will appreciate every worker.
I love it. Okay, so I'm glad you asked about what we've been doing since 2020. Back in the pandemic, transit provided, 370,000 trips. It was a good amount of trips, and it supported our essential workers who had no other options. So we continued to operate service throughout the pandemic and make sure that we could connect people to where they needed to go. Our ridership actually dropped the least out of any of the small systems in Maryland, which to me tells us that our community had that need. So we continued to operate, and we did so fare-free. So we didn't charge anybody to ride. And we started to see people taking different types of trips instead of taking commuter-style trips. So getting up in the morning, going to work, and then coming back in the evening. We saw people traveling in the middle of the day. We saw people taking their families because they didn't have to pay a fare each time for each person. We saw people hopping on for a couple blocks like I just did. I rode the North Frederick shuttle up here, and I stopped and got some coffee. Hey-o. And we didn't have to pay. So here we are. At the end of FY25, we served 928,000 trips. That's
wow.
As if every person in the city of Frederick took 10 trips, or if every county resident took 3. We are making a big difference here in Frederick County. And to your point earlier, we got to appreciate our team a little bit. So I'm here to celebrate them.
Yeah. How many transit workers are there?
It's a great question. With all of my personalities, there's a lot, but we have 105 staff.
And 112 with all your personalities, depending on the day.
Conservative.
Yeah. I love it. Now, I know recently we talked about you guys will have kind of how to use transit events throughout the year so that people can become familiar with how it works. But you have a great website. Obviously, if you search on frederickcountymd.gov for transit services, there's tons of great information like shuttle routes and schedules. I know you also, which I thought was really cool, you kind of tie things to, is it Google Maps or something really cool?
That's exactly right. So all of our information is available in a whole bunch of different formats. But the one that I like the most, because it can be translated, it's screen reader accessible, it's free, and it's easy, is using Google Maps. So, Dani, I know you and I go all over the place. And I
Yep.
know that you've used Google Maps driving directions to get us there. So you can also do that with transit directions, whether it's on your phone, on your Google Maps app, or it's on your browser. Click the button that looks like a bus, and it'll tell you which bus to take and when. It'll give you options. And if you don't feel like walking, you can select less walking as one of those options.
Yeah, it's phenomenal because you got to keep it simple, right? Because people like easy and they like accessible, but it's really important because Frederick, without transit and especially with the fare being an obstacle for people to use it, makes it really great for people to be able to get around and cover. So, what areas does transit cover?
Ooh, I love this question. So we have connector routes that serve the city of Frederick, Walkersville, and Ballinger Creek. We have
Okay.
shuttles that go all over the county as well, up to Emmitsburg and Thurmont, over to Brunswick and Jefferson, down to Point of Rocks to connect to the MARC train. So all y'all commuters, you have another option. We go to Spring Ridge and we travel throughout the North Frederick area. So Warman's Mill, Deerbot, Walmart, and Monocacy Boulevard.
Oh, that's amazing. Again, didn't even know, and I think there's probably a lot of people out there who don't know as well. So we want to
Well,
make
let's
sure.
blow their mind a little bit more. For our older adults, 60 or older, or someone who has a disability, we have paratransit, which is countywide. No matter where you live, we'll pick you up and bring you to your destination. So you can learn more about that on the website. I think
Yes.
people think about transit and they think about the big buses, which
Yeah.
are amazing. I love those. But we also have half of our staff dedicated to transporting people with disabilities and older adults. We have veterans that we serve. We have students who age out of the FCPS system. We do a lot that I don't think people realize.
Oh, I can tell you nobody thinks about that at all. And I think it is wonderful. Now, for those people who may say, well, who is funding all of this? How does it get paid? Is it through our taxes? What happens to keep transit free?
Absolutely. So there's a recent update for this one, but the bulk of our funding comes from the federal government, which is matched by state and a small portion of local funds. As a component of our operating dollars, each year we apply to the Maryland Transit Administration for our operating funds. And this past Tuesday, we went in front of County Council to get an authorizing resolution allowing us to apply for that grant. We have been grant funded for 30 plus years, so we don't anticipate any changes. However, thanks to the support of our County Council, specifically County Council Vice President Cavante Duckett and Council Member Renee Knapp, a resolution was put forth to help cover the cost of what the fares would cost were we to ask for funding through the state. This will take a component of an existing fee. There are no new taxes. This is existing dollars that are reallocated towards transit so we can continue to serve those folks I talked about. And one of the things I think is important to mention, without a barrier to entry for transit, people go to work. They keep working. We
Yeah.
do not have to pay when they can't get to work. It's cheaper
Yeah.
for us to provide the ride. Same
Yeah.
with healthcare. If you can't get to a doctor's appointment because transportation is that barrier, you may find yourself in an emergency room at a higher cost for you and for the system. So
Yeah.
having this this lack of barrier, this additional transit limits those issues.
Yeah, 100%. No, I think it's very important for people to think all the way through. And we got Debbie says very informative, Jamie. I knew it would be. And we want to take a minute and just appreciate all of those 100+ workers for transit. And we appreciate all the work you guys are doing daily to help our community be stronger, better, healthier, and contributing. Really, I really appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Dani. And I am going to catch one of two buses that serves right outside your studio on my way back.
I love it. I love it. You are the cheerleader of transit. Jamie is
Yeah.
part of our the leadership Frederick County class that I'm a part of, and I'm so glad I was able to get you on today. And have a great ride back to the office, and I will see you very soon.
Thank you so much. Take care.
All right, we're going to have you sign our window out front, and we'll get that in as well. And we're going to take just a quick break while she does that and get back with Jason Swann. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm trying to find a picture that'll work here. All right, let's see. We're getting people in and out. This is the studio shot, the wide view, if you will. And Jamie is gonna get a look at her. She is adorable. She loves transit. I'm telling you, people, if you need transit services, she will tell you all about it. Of course, that website is great as well. And she's going to put her lovely signature right on our guest wall, window of fame. There she is, Jamie. All right, we're going to take one quick break. We're coming right back.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Oh, yeah. Goodness. We're heading back down to Studio 401. We got Jason Swann getting comfy in the seat. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
Pretty good. Going fine.
Awesome.
Busy.
Yeah, funny story. Mama Cone and I were at Chipotle one evening, and Jason saw the Good Morning Frederick mobile, came in, handed me information about a great camp you guys are running. So first, let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about Fredco football camp that you guys have, but just Fredco football in general.
Yeah, so it's we started this in about 2020 when everything was shut down. I was playing in college, and then we had to get sent home. So a lot of college players and a lot of kids were just sitting around in Frederick doing nothing. So grabbed a couple buddies, grabbed about a group of about 30 kids. We hit TJ Field and ran like a little test run of a camp. It went actually well. Somebody from FCPS came out and like tried to shut it down because we didn't get it approved. So that's a funny story how it all started. And then so that went well. We had about 30 kids there. Parents loved it. I went back to college the next year, graduated, came back home, took a little break, and then we started again in 2023.
Yeah.
Ever since
and
then,
look,
it's been rolling.
Yeah. And I always say ask for forgiveness sometimes better than asking for permission. But, that's just me. But I love the fact that you're from Frederick. You went to college. You came back. You understand that, as I'm sure, that football, sports, and all of that sort of stuff is so important for our youth. It has a lot of, it helps people stay in school. It helps people have community. Tell me what football means to you and why you think this is really powerful.
I mean, football is everything. It took me places that I never would have been. College, I spent my 21st birthday in Michigan, Saginaw Valley. Never would have been there, never would have visited there. So football can take you a long ways. That little small ball can do a lot of things, keep you out of trouble, keep you busy, teach you discipline, toughness, everything that you need to be an athlete and a kid to make it in this world these days. So football it helps a lot of people, boys and girls now. So girls are evolving. We're bringing girls into the camp this year. Last year was our first year having girls. So this year we're hoping to have a lot more. Last year we had 164 kids at our camp. So this year we're hopefully reaching 200. So yeah, it's been growing
that's
from
amazing.
30 to 160. It's been great.
That's
Babies loving it and everything.
Yeah. All right. So, especially with the girls, because the flag football leagues now are really becoming popular in high school.
Yep.
And, I love the fact that it's open to all. All right. So tell me right now, you guys are getting people signed up. They can register now?
Yep. online registration. Everything is 100% free. They get free shirts, may win free gloves. We got a bunch of free sports bras for our women, our lady players. We got gloves, cleats. Everything is 100% free. So go online, our website, sign up, get registered, and let's have a great time. We got 75 registered so far, so numbers are going up, and people are getting signed up pretty fast.
All right, so they can sign up. Looks as young as kindergarten to 5th grade, and then 6th to 12th grade. Who is helping you do this?
So we bring in college players from around the county. So kids that you probably seen play in high school from Oakdale, Urbana, Tuscarora, TJ, all over Catoctin. Those guys that are playing in college, they'll come back and they'll coach all the kids up. So I tell them, just teach these kids everything that you wish you knew when you were their age. So that'll help us, again, elevate Frederick County football and get everybody more familiar about us. So it gives those guys a chance to become better coaches. You know what I mean? So they come back, they love coaching these kids. And when they graduate college, they're now becoming better coaches in the county. So now we got a whole great system of coaches coming up throughout the county that love coaching kids, that love helping out, that love doing things the right way for our community. So we're building athletes and coaches at the same time, this camp. So it's going, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. And obviously this costs money to do, and you guys are covering a lot of costs. So if you want, you can donate directly. There's information on the screen. If you go fredcofootballcamp.com, you will get to the website. That's a huge impact with 200 kids having something to do this summer and learning a skill, being a part of a team, finding a family in football. And this is for kids all throughout Frederick County. So the kind of cool thing is that as these kids age and go to maybe different high schools, they will have kind of a familiarity with the people as well. And it can really change someone's life, like you say. I mean, going to college and traveling and experiencing those things may not come if they don't have some of these opportunities. Yeah. So what did you go to college for?
Criminal justice and psychology.
Okay. And what are you doing now full time?
I became a PE teacher at TJ Middle through all of that. So.
Well, it happens, right? You go to, I always say, I think it's incredible. We ask kids who are 16, 17, 18 years old to decide what they want to do the rest of their lives. But I also say as a almost 60-year-old that everything you learn will come back and benefit you at some point. But that's great. And what is it like being a PE teacher?
I love it. I love it. People say I'm crazy because I love the middle school and those are the wildest kids. But I mean, I love it. Every day is a different day. It's a different story. You never know what you're going to hear and what you're going to see. So it's always it's amazing.
Well,
amazing. Best job in America, I could say, PE teacher. So.
Oh, that is wonderful. Look, with that attitude, it's no wonder why you're. I bet the kids love you as well, and it's so important. It's so important to have strong male teachers in the middle school level, and PE is. A lot of people are complaining we need more PE in our kids' lives. So I bet you keep them busy for sure.
Oh, yeah. A lot of football drills.
I love it. I love it. All right. So you want to get registered right now if you've got kids, boys or girls, kindergarten through 12th grade. What is the dates of the camp?
Just 1 day camp, May 23rd. It's a Memorial Day weekend. So everybody should be off of school, free weekend. And then it's from 10 to 2 p.m. And then after we have free food for everybody. So from 2 to about 4, we'll have like a nice little cookout and it'll be a nice event.
I mean, that's amazing. Literally having an opportunity for kids to not only interact and meet some of these college players and yourself, but again, have a great time. May 23rd. Get registered. I'll make sure and keep sharing the information in our What's Happening in Frederick as well. Jason, thank you so much for taking the time to come in today.
Thank you.
About how we can support you. If you can, donate. You said you have a lot of stuff that you're giving away to these kids. How are you able to do that? Are companies donating to you, or is there something the community can do to support?
So the first 2 years in 2020 and 2023, it was all funded by me personally. And then we got the community involved since 2024, 2025, and now it's been 100% community donation. So restaurants donating food, Roy Rogers, Costco, Wegmans, all these places, small businesses like IBM, nonprofits, Helping Hands. Those guys are all chipping in and just giving little donations, and they all add up. Our goal is always every kid goes home with something. So a T-shirt, gloves, visor, whatever you need. Everybody just takes something away from that camp.
Yeah.
And they can use it. I walk around town and I see people wearing those shirts, and they're football shirts all over the town. So, I mean, I love it. The kids are wearing it.
Yeah.
They love the shirts. And they're supporting our brand and trying to make Frederick football a better community. So.
Well, Nikki Duckett says, way to go, bub. Oops, Coach Swann. So there you go.
Yeah, I told everybody to tune in.
You're the best. I appreciate you. Look, I tell you this, it's really wonderful. I love that you're giving back to the community that gave to you. And that's the way we keep Frederick strong and keep these kids, with something to look forward to. And we really appreciate everything you're doing to make our community even better. Thank you so much.
We also just launched Travel 7-on-17, which is also low cost, only $25, which gets high school kids from all over Frederick County high schools, and they all are on one team. So we just finished off 2 tournaments. They did pretty well. We did one in Morgantown and one in Virginia. We have 2 more coming up. So that's something else that we'll be expanding on as the years go by. Travel 7-on-7 in the off season. So, please look out. We're going to do middle school next year. Hopefully have a girls team in the older age group. So, right there. Yep. So all those guys, we got Tuscarora kids, Urbana, Walkersville, Linganore, and Tuscarora. Yep. So,
that's amazing. That is great. So you're
really
saying
well.
that happens. What is that off season? So spring? Do they play in spring?
Yep. Winter, springtime. Yep.
That is awesome. Head to fredcofootballcamp.com. And I'm sure, do you always need like coaches and volunteers to help you?
So next year, we're looking for a lot of coaches, looking for more players, and definitely a lot of supporters, because this costs some money here.
Yeah, that especially, right?
We took them to Morgantown last week, and they had an overnight trip in Morgantown. The kids had their own hotel. We fed them all good, and they had a heck of a time together. And it's just crazy watching a kid from like Linganore to Urbana, and now they're rivals, but then they're coming together playing on the same team. And
well, that's kind of the beauty. Like I say, when I went to school back in the day, you hardly interacted with other kids. And I love that, again, makes for a stronger community. It just, you kind of set the rivalries aside. And I think that it's great for our young people to have this opportunity. So 7-on-7 for next year. Get in touch with Jason through fredcofootballcamp.com. If you can volunteer, coach, donate, especially for that, sponsor, it's really important to give our kids these opportunities. And again, I think what you're doing, my mom says she wants a 70 and over team. You want to put that together.
We'll try.
Yeah. Mom,
Good
she can be a
insurance.
cheerleader. She'll head up your granny cheerleaders. I love it. But Jason, we really appreciate you coming in. And actually, when you get ready to kind of do the 7-on-7 thing, let's have you back and remind everybody and get you some funds so that you can make sure all those kids who want to play can play and travel and stay overnight if necessary. So please come back for that.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate it. I definitely will be back. I'm more comfortable now,
I know you did well. You did great. You did great. All right. We're going to let Jason sign our window of fame. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come right back.
Sponsored by Lawn Squad. Quick and easy quote, and you can be on your way to having the best lawn in the neighborhood. Watch the progress as Brian from Lawn Squad brings Danny's lawn back to life. Visit lawnsquad.com.
Oh, I told you we got a lot going on. We got Jenn Alcorn. She is on deck waiting to hop on. Good morning. I think we've done pretty well with timing today. I'm surprised. There he is, Jason Swann, Frederick's own. He's putting his name on our window of fame. And I love the fact that he's a PE teacher at TJ Middle. There he is. Look at that. Fredco football. He's got good handwriting. I like it. All right. We're gonna give AJ an opportunity to get Jenn in seat. So I'm just gonna run one more word from our sponsor, and then we will be right back.
Sponsored by Dublin Roasters is the Frederick Coffee House, fueled by love and positivity. Visit Dublin Roasters at 1780 North Market Street or at DublinRoastersCoffee.com, where you can order online and have coffee shipped right to your door. You can sign up for a monthly membership as well, open for curbside and deliveries 7 days a week.
All right, we've got Jenn Alcorn sliding into the seat. Boy, it's been rotating this morning. Good morning to you, Jenn. How are you?
Good morning. It's great. I'm great. It's great to be here.
I'm so glad we've had an opportunity to chat. Congratulations on your run for county council. You're running for District 1.
Yes.
And we're going to get into all of that. But first, let's just talk about how you got here. And I know it has been a hellish, but hopefully a rewarding journey on how you've ended up here.
Yeah, I am super excited to share a little bit about that and happy to do so. So I am a pretty much lifelong Maryland resident and been in Frederick County since about 5th grade, and met my late husband through FCPS where I went to school. Go Hawks, Urbana, give a shout out. And we didn't become a couple till after that, but never a doubt that we would build our life here, raise our family here. And so we've done that. We have 3 amazing kids, 2 graduates from Middletown High School, and one still in school there. I had a very fortunate career that I was able to have here in Frederick, so able to work here and live here, which I think is a great fortune, and worked for a local company for the majority of that, the Plomondon Companies, who a lot of people know. So they operate several hotel brands, Marriott, Hilton, IHG, and they also own the Roy Rogers restaurant franchise, as well as many locations. So shout out. We've heard it a couple times
AJ's
on the
favorite
show.
place. That was my first job, Roy Rogers on TJ Drive. So yeah.
It's great. It's great. They're an amazing company, family owned locally here. And because of their mission that community involvement is essential, through my career growth, I was able to also be heavily involved in the business community, the nonprofit community, very, very involved in the chamber. Went through Leadership Frederick in 2012. I was part of the original committee to create Generation Connect and served on that steering committee for about 5 years, their young professional group. So very well versed in the business community, what's here, what we have now, and a good outlook for what we need to have going forward. Along with that, like the nonprofit I mentioned, so I was involved with MHA, the United Way Community Foundation, Frederick Children's Chorus. I served in several capacities on committees with the Tourism Council, being in the hospitality business. That was a natural segue. So I'm very used to selling Frederick, and I'm definitely a cheerleader for it. So Stu,
look, as I said to Jason, I think that every job we've ever had always leads to where we are today, right? And you don't realize it at the time, but like you've said, this has paved the way for knowledge about how things work, what's not working for business as well as private citizens. Your husband, former husband, unfortunately passed away, and you started, and I think a lot of people still quote, "What would Stu do?" And that really was this awesome grassroots kindness tidal wave that I think really touched a lot of people. But being married to somebody in law enforcement also gives you a different view of what really happens, I guess, behind the curtain. And so that has led to where you are today, which is running for District 1. Now, remind me, where is District 1 specifically?
Yep. So District 1 is actually a pretty big district, and I kind of call it Frederick in miniature. That comes from my tourism days. So we've got several municipalities. We've got ag, we've got industry, we have lots of residential. So it's Middletown, pretty much over to Brunswick, Point of Rocks, Jefferson, Adamstown, a little sliver of Urbana, and some of Ballinger Creek. So it's unique, and I don't think people realize. They a lot of times think Myersville's in there, but actually Myersville is in 5.
Yeah, and a discussion for another day is so I think sometimes our districts are very oddly shaped and sometimes don't make sense, but that is not for us to solve today. Today, what we want to talk about is, obviously a lot of the key things playing into this election. And again, I think that many of our candidates are offering common sense kind of solutions. So it's really important to listen to each candidate, listen to what they're going to try to do, and find those that you're most aligned with. But let's talk specifically about some of these issues that you find really important. Like what for you, like what is kind of the top priority for the county council?
Yeah, I think that, nothing we haven't heard very often, right? We're all struggling with affordability. I think that, that is most definitely the number one in each and every one of our lives that needs to be a top issue. And, it's the county council. Certainly there's a limit to what the county can do, but there are things. We heard Jamie. I was actually fortunate enough to be at that council meeting on Tuesday and see that resolution get voted on. And like we said, I don't think anybody realizes that those resources are available for our elderly population and our disabled. And those things can help. It's just a matter of making sure that we all know about it.
Yeah.
So the county's already doing a lot of those things, but we can still do more. And I want to see that happen. Moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. And look, I think that, as a taxpayer, I pay city and county taxes, which is, again, it was my choice, right? My choice to live where I live, for the most part. And I think as a taxpayer, what I want to see, you want to see your community thrive and do well. I'd love to see more partnerships with private industry. We have a very rich and robust nonprofit sector here in Frederick that is doing a lot of the hard work. So I'd love to see us lean a little bit more on that rather than going to the taxpayer. And affordability is kind of a subjective word. And I think I get really frustrated with it because what does that mean, right?
Sure.
How are we making things more affordable without infringing upon private owners or industry and forcing them to do certain things? So talking about affordability per se, what are your solutions or what do you think Frederick needs to do in order to help become more affordable?
Yeah. I think, something that we've heard of a lot lately is growing our commercial tax base. So certainly economic development and those things are a focus, and coming from a business, background, I believe in that. I think we've got a lot of opportunity. We've grown our biotech industry enormously. We've got the economic engine of Fort Detrick here, as well as the National Cancer Institute. So having the key people, we've got an amazing economic development team, and a huge shout out to a recent hire, Heather Graham at Economic Development. She is a Frederick native and decades of experience here in the county at the state level. So having key people in key places in order to grow that commercial tax base, I think is going to be very, very key. And I also think we just have to keep looking at those tax rates on our residential taxpayers. They can't take any more. We can't continue to see those increases. It's great when your house value goes up. It's not great when your tax bill goes up. And I know exactly what you're talking about. I paid those city and county taxes for 10 years myself. So it's part of looking at that. And I don't think anything's off the table, right? So, the county executive gives the budget and the council goes through that. And I think it's got to be line by line, and all new ideas, all things need to be considered. It's not how we've always done it. We need to look at new ways.
Yeah. Well, we can't not talk about running for office without the data center,
For
whatever
sure.
it is.
I didn't know if I was going to do it or you were going to do it, but we were getting there, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well,
so,
you reminded me of it, and of course, yeah, we got to talk about it. I
for
mean,
sure.
it literally is the hottest topic
Mhm.
here in Frederick, along with some other issues, obviously. But
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on this whole thing, the overlay, and the
Mhm.
people of Adamstown in particular who are impacted, but
Sure.
certainly the county? And I'll just preface by saying I feel like the money is already spent, so there's not much that we are going to be able to do. But what can we do to not continue to infringe on those residents down there and be prepared for whatever is to come?
Sure. Yeah. And, you know, coming from the last question, I think we would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that there is a huge windfall coming from that in terms of tax dollars. So
Mm.
my first, mention of importance is that we can't just say it's already spent. We need to look at that and handle it very, very responsibly, whether that's legislating that a certain percentage goes to school and a certain percentage to infrastructure and residents. And, I just think that very carefully handled as well as transparently is critical.
Yeah.
They're here. What's being built and approved is done. As far as the overlay, I think that this is not, it's very complex. This is not a one answer. We want it, we don't want it. The legislation dictates that we have to have an overlay. So what does that look like? I think it's amazing that the effort to get this on the ballot has been as wildly successful. A lot of people working really, really hard. I don't know what that looks like after, moving forward, but I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think community involvement and speaking out, it's how our government works. And I think that it's important. I think a lot of people are paying attention, and I think that good will come of that. I think, more people should pay attention. I'm a sort of a government junkie, and I know everybody is not that way. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I do think it has certainly involved the average citizen way more, especially this early in an election cycle.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to be very paying attention, like you say, to this June election, which is a weird time of year always here in Maryland for a primary and for voting for the Board of Education. So hopefully more people are involved in that. And it is complex. And I appreciate you saying that, because a lot of the candidates come in and kind of just say yay or nay. And it's not that simple. It's not that simple. I would love to see some rebate to the taxpayer. One thing that really frustrates me about government, and probably you too as you get into it, is we get taxes levied against us which never seem to end. It never goes backwards. So I would like to see residents get something in return. And like you say, going line by line, spending it so that it is helping rather than continually going to the taxpayer well, for school funding, for teacher funding, for classrooms and roads and all of that. So we
Public
appreciate
safety.
you being no nonsense and honest about it, because there's only so much you're going to be able to do, right? And I love these high platitudes and the platforms, but there has to be some reality to it. So I
Tangible. Yeah,
appreciate
you need
that.
something tangible to go, okay, we're doing
Right.
this. Yeah.
Right, exactly. All right, I promised you're going to get your kind of spiel to the to the voters out there, taxpayers and voters out there. So let's just go by and give your what you would like the voters to know about you, Jenn Alcorn.
Thanks, Dani. So I started at the beginning of it, but my life changed in 2021 when my late husband passed away at 39 from occupational cardiovascular disease, and it upended and stopped life as I knew it. And the fact that this community is what it is, and we say it's a special place, but that is truly, it is. The reason that I was able to put the pieces not back together, but together, because it looks very different after something like that happens in your life, is a testament to Frederick County and what a special place it is. And so my service heart and my desire to be in the arena, not on the sidelines, has led me to want to run for this seat to represent the district that I live in and the residents of this county. And I'm ready to do that work.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you putting your hat in the ring. I know it is not an easy decision, and we're so happy that people continue to do so and put it on the line for the residents of the county. So we wish you all the best. Feel
Thank
free
you.
to come back. Now, are you
Absolutely.
primaried? You have a primary?
Yeah, so there's 3 of us in the Democratic primary in District 1. So yeah, get out there and, look us up,
Yeah.
read about each candidate. There's plenty of information and make an educated choice.
Absolutely. JennAlcorn.com is the website. Get all the information you need. We'll have you back on.
Wonderful.
And if you need anything at all, please let us know. But we wish you all the best and hope you come out ahead.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. All right. We need you to sign our window of
Okay.
fame, and then we're going to be right back. All right, we're going to get Jenn out to put her name. Look at that lovely studio shot. And right when she's done, we will get to what's happening in Frederick. There's our beautiful Studio 401, which you can see in person April 1st. That's right, 50% off all of our merch on April 1st. We got our brand new 500th show shirts that'll be out. We are located right next to, yeah. Everybody's like, where do I go? What do I do? Just find a spot, and it will get more and more crowded as we go. But there she is, Jenn Alcorn. Thank her for doing that. All right, we're going to get right to our events. Here's a highlight of the events going on. This weekend, there is a Maryland Wine Experience. There are events all weekend long with tastings, master classes, and brunch. Look it up. It starts today through Sunday, and really cool. If you're a wine lover, you ought to check that out. Actually, I got messaged yesterday about this. That block party at Delaplane Arts Center, one of the creators reached out to me to make sure I was aware of this, and I can't wait to go check it out. Opens today. It is 10 days. You've got all these great interlocking blocks / Lego creations, and you can donate to vote for your favorite. The Battle for South Mountain, just 1 week away. We know the Brunswick staff and Middletown staff are busy practicing for this big showdown. Brunswick is down 2-0. So we're hoping that they can pull it off this year at Middletown. Doors open at 5:45. Benefits the Mental Health Association. Going to be a great game, but the ultimate winner is them, which is MHA, which we love. All right, the 2-year anniversary party, we just talked about it. April 1st, 4 to 7, 50% off the entire shop of stuff that we've got. We've got our 500th show shirts that I'll be showing you probably on Monday. Thanks to our friends at Special Tees for that. And actually, we will be at the studio all day from the morning until 7 p.m. And you can come watch the Last of the Good Old Boys live. They tape at 6 o'clock, or they stream at 6 o'clock. April 6th, our countywide adult egg hunt begins. 300 eggs hidden around Frederick County. Thanks to Uncle Ralph's Bakery, Fourth Dimension Fun Center, and A&S Construction for sponsoring. Prizes. Every single egg has a prize, including there's $500 cash, tons of Maryland Lottery scratch-offs, Good Morning Frederick merch, gift cards from lots of great places, and you're going to want to be a part of it. It's a ton of fun for sure. Today, first day of spring, and look at the weather. Can you believe it? 70 degrees today, though they're calling for some showers tonight, but I can't even believe that right now. Blue skies and sunshine. Even warmer tomorrow. But Rita's Ice giveaway today, first day of spring. Go get your 6-ounce ice. You can pay a little bit more for that gelati, but noon to 9, Rita's is open today. There is also a suicide prevention training today at 1 o'clock at Veteran Services Center. And at 3 o'clock, there's a clothing swap at Common Market on Route 85. You can take a bag of your gently used, clean, not ripped, not shredded, not dirty clothing and get whatever you need. I love this. I think that's a great recycling way. Tomorrow, Car Washes for Causes. Head over to Fusion Car Wash at TJ Drive from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Purchase a monthly membership, and 40% is going to go to Living Water Shower Ministry tomorrow. That is at 173 Thomas Johnson Drive. And this weekend is the 51st Annual Home and Garden Expo at the Frederick Fairgrounds from 9 to 5. And it is also the 55th Maple Syrup Festival at Cunningham Falls State Park. I'm telling you, with the nice warm weather, if you want to attend that Maple Syrup Festival, get there early. It was closed. They reached capacity, I believe, at like 10 a.m. last week. So get up there early if you want to get in there. CCAC, the Frederick County Special Education Citizens Advisory Committee, has their annual resources fair tomorrow at Rock Creek School from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. At 5 o'clock, you can head to Frederick Fashion Week at the Visitation Hotel. Grab your tickets on Eventbrite. 6 to 10, St. John's Catholic Prep is having their annual soiree with guys in thin ties. And 8 to 11, it's the Kruger Brothers at JoJo. If you like bluegrass, you're going to love them. On Sunday, the Car Washes for Causes continues, with Helping Hands and Caring Hearts being the recipient of your $40 membership amount. And that is only at the TJ Drive location, 9 to 5 on Sunday. And there is a Community Appreciation Easter event at City Park in Thurmont. That's from noon to 2 with free Black Hawk barbecue, photos with the Easter Bunny free as well. Oh, I forgot about the K-pop Demon Hunters trivia for Wild Sprouts at Frederick Social. That is at 11:30 on Sunday. And at 2 o'clock, if you want to see Frozen, the Broadway musical, you can do so. TJ High School's putting that on, and tickets are available online. On Monday night, you can go to JoJo's for the American Idol watch party with Ray's friends and family. This is the first round, I think, of the live shows, and she is a part of that. And they're going to try to Zoom call her in, so we'll see how that all comes about. March 25th, you can attend the Inclusive Garden Club at various parks around Frederick. It starts the 25th through May 6th. If you want information, you can go to playfrederick.com. And that wraps it up for your high-level events. Of course, if you want all the events, this is the place where you got to go. It is our Everything Frederick live calendar, and it has all the events on it. We spend a lot of time, and we put a lot of events in there for you. Oh, our good friend Keith Hahn says, having a question for AJ, who came up with the work release program on WFRE? I'm glad you like that. That is the 5 o'clock hour with AJ on WFRE. He is on 3 to 7 weekdays, and I'm on 3 to 7 on Saturdays. So you can get more of us if you listen to 99.9. All right, you guys have a fantastic weekend. I appreciate each and every one of you more than you will ever know. I hope you get outside and you're able to enjoy the weather today. And I think tomorrow is going to be okay. So get out there and enjoy. But otherwise, let's just get out there and let's be great, Frederick.
This episode is a proud production of the Everything Frederick Live Podcast Network. Your home for Frederick's best podcasts, streaming daily on YouTube. Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash, now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location, and TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership, and you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.